Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We want the Facts Game Show. I'm Mike Steve.
And I'm Fred White. What's going on, y'all?
What's going on with y'all? What we talking about today, Fred? We talking about something, aren't we?
Alright, so as you can see in the title, we are talking about the PlayStation and the Xbox Series X slash X. And we're talking about some of the stuff that we like and some of the stuff that we don't like about the system. Now, Mike and I have had these systems since the week of the launches. Mike got his a day or so after the original date of the Xbox, and we both got our PlayStation 5s at the same time because we camped out at
That's right.
we camped out for it. So we got it a day late, but we still got it. So we got it within that week of the release. So having it all this time, so it's almost a year has been passed. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we like and some of the stuff that we don't like. Now, we're going to talk about the Xbox and we're going to talk about the PlayStation. Let's first address something that Mike had just brought up before we went live on the air. Don't forget that video game awards. That crap comes on the 9th, right? And the reason why I'm calling it crap is because if they nominate Cyberpunk, come on, man.
Yeah.
If
that was a complete no.
If that's in the nominations, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
No.
Well, we're going to have to dump on them on the 9th or whenever it comes out. So, and I believe that's a Wednesday, correct?
Yes, it should be a Wednesday.
Okay. So, let's first start off with the PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Mike, what are some of the things that you don't like about the PlayStation 5? We'll start with the dislikes first.
Okay, I didn't like far as how when it came up, you had limited amount of storage. That was the biggest thing far as storage. You know, these games are still massive.
Right.
You know, far as getting this stuff. And it's still, you need storage. You need storage to really enjoy games. You want to play on your new system. You know what I'm saying? You want to shuffle some of them old titles onto the new system because of the fastness of the system. So, just far as storage, that was a big issue. The trying to actually buy this console online.
Yeah.
And far as them not sticking with their guns, as far as when their release was supposed to be announced. I'm sorry, not announced, but the release of these consoles was supposed to be obtainable. You know, as far as with that, that was kind of messed up. As far as it's still difficult that all your friends don't have this type of console in their home, as far as the availability, as well as them. I got a whole list of stuff, more than 5. As far as them saying that registering to see that if you can get one with your PlayStation ID, everybody I know did not. As far as that first line of registering so you can see about having the opportunity to buy it, everybody I know didn't receive the opportunity to actually get the console.
Yeah.
God darn it! What else? The freaking yeah, man, it was just really hard for people to get it, and those people that you want to get the console to, you're still struggling to this day to get it with the bots and everything buying all this stuff up. So that's still preventing a lot of people from playing these wonderful games and exclusives. So as far as when it first came out, didn't have too many exclusives. As far as with the system, and here we go, the kicker, the promise of you wanted to pay no upcharge as far as backwards compatibility and stuff like that, as far as to upgrade your game to the next version. Remember when they first said that they said it was a free upgrade with their PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 games like that. They said it was a free upgrade. Now they double back and say, yeah, you got to pay the $10 upgrade charge. At first they wanted you to buy a whole nother version upright. But that them up there double talking and going back on their word, far as you up there paying for the updated version of a new game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest gripes about it right now. How about you, Fred?
Everything you said, but let me piggyback on something that you said about as far as the storage. Now, the storage and the massive amount of data that that these games require to take up your storage space is ridiculous. Now, we have just got the firmware. Well, we didn't just get the firmware update, but the firmware update was released so you can use the M2 drive or the MS, whatever it's called. So
M.2 drive, yeah.
M.2 drive. But let's see how much that stuff costs. For 1 terabyte is ridiculous, but for 2 terabytes, I've seen upwards of $1,000 for 2 terabytes worth of storage space. Keep in mind, if you're installing next gen games, let's say like a Call of Duty or Battlefield that requires over 100 gigs of storage space, a terabyte is only it's half of 500. So you got 2 500s. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how many games that you install on this PlayStation 5, you're only going to really get like maybe less than 8.
8 games, yeah.
Depending on how much storage you got initially, because
that's yours.
They didn't have the full. What the PlayStation 5 promised you 1 terabyte of storage or something like that, right?
No, the PlayStation 5, it was 825 gigabytes of storage. Remember?
Yeah.
825. So not even a full terabyte of storage was in this console when you first got it.
So you're not even getting that because the system software is taking up some of that.
So it was like 600 and something.
Yeah.
That you had 625 or something like that.
So the fact that you have to keep taking PlayStation 5 games and putting them on the external hard drive and then just putting it back, transferring it back and forth, which is really ridiculous because when you want to play the game, you want to play the game. You don't want to have to keep going on the process of, okay, let me switch this game back and it's going to take, even if it takes like 2 or 3 minutes, that's still too long for a gamer to say, okay, I'm ready to play my game right now. And I don't want to have to keep switching back and forth on the hard drives. And the other thing, the installation of the hard drive is something that made me kind of piss me off because if you're not a tech savvy person, some people may not be able to install that hard drive properly. You know what I'm saying? Or don't even know how or won't be able to feel comfortable installing that M.2 drive. The other thing I didn't like is not being able to mess with the internal storage. You know what I'm saying? Like the previous PlayStations, like the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, where it was relatively easy for you to access that internal hard drive and to bump it up some. So what I did was I finally got the M.2 drive installed in my PlayStation 5, and I also have an 8 terabyte hard drive, external hard drive for the PlayStation 5 that I put in there, and I've already ran out of space for my internal and the M.2, and I still have quite a bit of space for the the external 8 terabyte hard drive. But once I get my PlayStation Plus back and go through the trials and tribulation of installing over 700 daggone games on that system, I'm going to be looking at installing stuff on a different hard drive. The ability not to hook up multiple hard drives to this externally, especially for your PlayStation 4 games, is totally ridiculous. I mean, come on, get with it, Sony. Allow us to hook up multiple drives because not everybody just has like 10 or 15 games. There's some people that are dedicated and hardcore gamers that have a whole bunch of games, and we don't want to have to keep switching out. It's just an inconvenience, to us. And then we're going back to the Sega Genesis power bricks because you got all these external hard drives that you have to hook up, and all these bricks and all these power surges and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it's just totally ridiculous. The other thing that I really didn't like about the PlayStation was that Um. Oh, the other thing I didn't like about the PlayStation was that the accessories. Some of the accessories was just it was just dumb to have. Like the remote, you can use your controller. So what's the big thing about the remote? And then
the cash grab.
And then the camera for it. Now, Mike and I both have the PlayStation VR, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to hook up that adapter so you can put in that PlayStation 4 VR camera to play it. And there was one thing that I noticed when you hook that box up, it's saying that it can't pass through certain a certain frame rate. So here we go back with, if you don't have a PlayStation Pro or you have the first generation of the PlayStation VR and you don't have that 4K pass-through box, we're in it again. You know what I'm saying? Where you can't truly play 4K games in a 120 or whatever refresh rate that they're offering. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I had assumed that the PlayStation 5 camera was for the PlayStation 4 VR, maybe just a vast update, but that turned out not to be the case, you know. Mm-hmm. And the last thing that I'm gonna comment about that is Sony not being able to do something to protect people that really want this system. Now, they can go as far as fine these corporations that are letting these bots buy up all these systems, because if you're complaining about you're just breaking even selling this system and you're really counting on the money coming from the subscriptions and everything else, well, quite honestly, there are more PlayStation 5s in people's basements than people really have. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when y'all buying these consoles, especially these Sony consoles, these PlayStation consoles, be careful where you get them from, because now they're trying to do something where it's coming, when you try to boot it up and log in, all that other stuff, they're bricking these consoles because they are reporting them stolen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People, I mean, it's just crazy. And Sony should have did something more to secure gamers that wanted, diehard PlayStation gamers that wanted to buy this console, protect them from these bots. Because although you could have went on Black Friday and brought the PlayStation 5, these bundles and stuff like that, or Best Buy, or even look at Walmart and see how much they are selling these consoles for.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's not regular.
Site too.
Yeah, $1,000, $900, up and up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And y'all want to pay the price that Mike and I paid. We paid MSRP, $530 something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what we paid, and that's what the community, the gaming community, should be paying. Not no $1,000. If you get a bundle or something like that, and you get quality stuff, but I don't want to get plush toys, or I don't want to get that. I may just be a simple kid that saved up his money, $500. And now I'm going to buy this PlayStation 5 or this Xbox Series X, and now I got to put $300 more on it because all this it's just not fair, man. It's just not fair.
It really isn't.
Yeah. So those are the dislikes. You had any more dislikes about the PlayStation?
Everything that me and you talked about, man. That's basically about it.
Okay. So some of the likes that we like about the PlayStation, then we'll head to the Xbox.
Graphic quality, man. As far as a lot of the newer titles that's specifically for PlayStation 5, I do see the quality. As far as with that Ratchet and Clank, that game looked freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Deathloop as well too, man. Just a fun factor. The overall, as far as the boot up process of these games, man, you're just there. As far as if you go from rest mode to turn the game on, you're there. You know what I'm saying? That is a good quality of life type of improvement as far as with the console, man. And I just enjoy playing it. The controller is a step in the right direction, man. It's more you feel more engaged with it. It has better haptic feedbacks than what they had from the original controller, man. The controller is actually the good selling point far as of the system, and far as that little pregame loaded with the system, Astro Playroom. That gives you the best far as the feel of how this stuff is different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How the whole gaming sensation and everything is different, man. So it is a fun thing. I'm glad I got it, but I feel for those people that don't got it, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad I got it. Fred?
There are a few things that I honestly like about it. Some of the exclusive games that they're bringing out, like Internal, what was it called? Returnal, Internal, whatever the hell it was called.
Returnal was real fun, yeah.
And Ratchet, and Ratchet and Clank, and God Earth, or it was some game that was, I don't know what it was called, but it was a goofy.
Oh, you talking about the God Eater or whatever the heck that? No, not God Eater. What the hell is the name of that junk? The little sword junk, right?
Yeah.
I never played it.
Yeah, it just looked goofy. It's goofy.
It's almost puts you to the thing of Anthem.
Yeah, it was the equivalent to when the Xbox 360 launched and they bring out Cameo, and that was an exclusive. So that with that, I mean, I love the graphics. First of all, of the exclusives of the game, just the exclusives. I'm not talking about like if they're on, with the PlayStation 4, if it's still on the PlayStation. I just like the exclusives that was on there. And it's only two that I can really name. That was the two that I just mentioned. I like the design of it.
I do too. It's different.
It's way different from it's way different from a video game console. This is something that you've seen on the Jetsons. Let me tell you, man. And it's a real big and bulky, beefy. It's Xbox One quality. That's how it's VCR type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Because when you look at this system, man, it feels like there's a clock that you need to reset on there, something like that. I mean, I just love the aesthetics of this system, and I love the way that it looks. I like the fact that we were able to get it without paying this enormous price. Other than that, I like the backwards the compatibility of it, where there's not too many just PlayStation 5 games coming out, so you can go ahead and backtrack to some of your older games. I do like the fact that some games offer you free upgrades, not all of them. So I appreciate the ones that do offer you the free upgrades, like Resident Evil, Hitman. It
was Star Wars. Jedi Fallen Order, which is an awesome game. Y'all need to play that.
Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. And actually, what it is, well, I'll tell you off the air, because I don't want Sony to catch that, because I'll tell you off the air.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that as far as all the stuff that I like about the PlayStation 5. Is it pose this question: is it something that you should go out and stand out in line and braze the cold temperatures or the hot temperatures, depending on where you're at? If you can get it, I would say it's a console that I would wish that was, if I didn't have it, was under the Christmas tree. I really do. I mean, I like it, although I don't really play it a lot. I do like it. The game that I mostly play on my PlayStation 5 is Moon Patrol. That's the game. That's the game that I play mostly.
Well, I can't agree with you on that. I'm playing like Ghost of Tsushima right now, bro, and loving it. I was doing the Ratchet and Clank, but the Ghost of Tsushima junk, I'm really into that right now, bro, for the PlayStation 5.
Oh, I played the Dark Pictures.
Dark Pictures, the newest one?
Yeah, I finished the newest one. It was House of Ashes.
Right.
Now I'm playing Man of Maiden. I beat Little Hope. So once I beat Man of Medan or whatever it's called, we'll do a review on that. Hope. Yeah. Okay. Little Hope and Ashes or something else. Ashes. Yeah. And then after you beat Ashes, they tell you that it's another one coming out. So
it's like
So stay tuned for that one, man. But overall, I'm not gonna speak for Mike, but I love it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I like it. But I would appreciate it more when they just come out with just exclusive for the PlayStation 5 and not, because it just takes away from the developers. They got to dumb it down, or you know what I'm saying. I just want something that you can't get on last gen console.
Right. You wanted to really unleash the power.
Yes. Ratchet and Clank. Okay. Yeah. That's what I want.
I hear that, John. So,
all right.
And I love it too, bro. I'm right along with you, far as for that. PlayStation 5. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad it's not under the tree, but I'm playing it right now. So.
Oh, what's up, Ant? I'm sorry. What's up, Ant? My man Ant, he said shout him out. What's up, Ant?
What's up with you, brother? So yeah, man. So, yep.
All right. Yeah, that's my NBL brother, man. We met playing SOCOM on PlayStation 2. Oh my God, man! I wish we could get the whole crew back and play SOCOM again, man. Oh, you can though. We'll discuss that later. All right, so let's move on to the Xbox Series X/S. All right. Mm-hmm. Some of the things that we don't like about this system. You can go first, Mike.
For one, the damn name, okay?
Yes.
I hate this name, bro, because it's too confusing, man.
Yes.
Look. Before this thing came out, my
wife up, John?
thought she was buying me the Xbox Series X, but it was the Xbox One X, okay? Mm-hmm. But that's how a lot of people thought. I was like, oh, man, it's in the cart. We got it. Man, that's the Xbox X. Cancel that stuff. I don't want that. I already got it. The name. For two, there was no games with this junk when it first came out, bro. None at all, bro. None at all. It was all just Game Pass, bro.
Still waiting.
Game Pass player, bro. That's all it was. Number three, the storage. You had proprietary storage, which means you can only purchase an Xbox certified proprietary. I can't even say it right because I'm mad about it. The freaking cartridge. All right, that only could fit inside the Xbox. It's the only thing you can use for storage. Mm-hmm. And besides, your external type of storage. But as far as with your speeds, it's going to be a lot slower. It's not going to use that full capability of the SSD. So proprietary storage. That was I was like, come on, dude. And this stuff is not cheap. It was like $229.
Yep.
It was half the price of the console.
Mm-hmm.
Half the price. $50 less than the Xbox Series S.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at it at that point, those dollar signs add up fast for that. I'm not too thrilled about the design. So it's a big old box.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox, I guess they play on names. Xbox, that goes to the big old box. So.
Yeah.
That's basically it. There just wasn't no really games for it, and then just the promise of all this stuff coming out. I know as far as the pandemic and everything like that slowed up a lot of things coming out. I get that though, but it wasn't. If it wasn't ready, they should have just waited a year. But they wanted to get that thing out there, and they did. And this is what we got.
All right. Correct? So, for all of you that want an Xbox Series X/XS, you can actually build this thing. You can actually go to PC Riches or Micro Center, or you can actually build this console. So, it's not a biggie, okay? I have both the X and the S. And the S, I was using primarily, I was going to turn that into a ROM simulator. That's all I was going to do to it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing also the design, I really don't like the design. What's up, Quest? That's the NBL leader right there, Quest.
Yeah. What's up, Quest?
The design, I mean, it was just really simple. Just looked like
it's a box.
Just looked like a stack of Legos. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a Lego block, right?
Yeah, it just looked like a
Lego cube, right?
a Lego block with some green up at the top. Because that's what it looks like. The other thing that I hate about the Xbox is where it does not separate itself from the Xbox Series X from the Xbox X, because you have the same dashboard. It's the same thing. So you can't really tell if you have an Xbox Series S or X or an Xbox Scorpion. And I mean, I'm just getting tongue-tied talking about this thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The UI is the same. It's the same on, even if you go back to the OG Xbox, plug that up. The dashboards look the same. So there's nothing to separate themselves. As far as the only way that you can tell is if you have Game Pass, if you can't download Flight Simulator or something like that. That's the only way that you could tell. Other than that, you can't, and to piggyback off the storage again. Now, I appreciate them having it more accessible for you can have the storage. But now we're going back to the Xbox 360 days, where you have this portable memory cards that you have to carry around with you at $2.19 a pop. You know what I'm saying? But somebody come in your house and snatch one of them, or you accidentally lose them because they're so small and just so stealable that, you know what I'm saying, it's just totally ridiculous. And the price of it, it's like, why would you even get that when you can just go ahead and get an Xbox Series S, for a couple of dollars more? I mean, it's just the pricing of this, and it's only 1 terabyte, and again, I don't like the fact where you cannot do, you can't mess with the internal storage. Mind you, these games are ginormous, and before I even got my my Seagate drive, I was limited to like maybe 3 or 4 games for the Xbox Series, the X and S versions before, that I can really play them. And I was just limited to that. I mean, it's just ridiculous how they price these consoles so high, and then the storage capability is so low. Now, granted, the fact that you can hook up multiple external hard drives, which you can only hook up 2, that still doesn't give precedence over me being able to play the Xbox Series X or /S versions of the game. That's the whole reason why we got these consoles. That's the whole reason why I stood out in the cold with my gout and freeze my foot off with no socks. I want to be able to play the next gen games. I don't want to play the last gen games. Even though I have a computer that is more comparable to my Xbox Series X, I can play those games if you have Game Pass, but what if the average person doesn't? It's just all over the place. And just not being able to access that internal hard drive to upgrade, I just don't like it. And we can't expect that, because even the original Xbox, you weren't allowed to tamper with the internal hard drive for the storage. It's only when the 360 came out where you could put that hard drive on top of the 360, and you get extra storage from there. But then again, you was limited on the storage capability of that. And I think as far as the dislikes, I think that's about it.
Okay.
So,
all right, the likes about it.
Likes. He said, Ant said, hang in there, Mike. All right. So, some of the likes about the Xbox Series X.
The quick resume. So, the quick resume feature is is awesome. I wonder how we function without it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can play multiple games. Sometimes you're in the mood to just play one game, and then sometimes you're not. You know what I'm saying? You still have that option to have like about four games quickly accessible at like a touch of a button. So, which is fantastic, man. So it's like a quality of life, as far as especially when these games. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Son, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know, you got kids, you know. So far as you're being able to play these games at a touch of a button, man, which is great. So I really love that type of stuff. The game's loading up faster as well too. As far as I know, those people playing like Forza, which is a beautiful game or whatever, and the load times, man, you can load it up. You think about how long you would take as far as a game to load up, man, 2 minutes or something like that. Probably not extensive that long, but let's say Red Dead Redemption, that took a long time. Or like GTA, that took a long time. That time is cut almost half, if not a third of the time. So you get your games to your gameplay a lot faster, man, which is really, really sharp as far as with this stuff. You haven't seen too many graphical I haven't really seen the graphical bust of this system yet, because everything, like you said, is on all the platforms. So you probably get a better experience on PC as always. But I haven't seen far as the that almost sound like a dislike. So I would like to see that. Let's say that. The promise of games in the future. That's what I like about it. Game Pass is a wonderful option as far as for this. For those people that can't afford to play all these games or whatever, they're giving you a platform that you only had to pay like a couple dollars a month, that you can have a whole library of 100+ games that you can play, which is real smart on them as far as those getting the people into the door with a subscription service, so you can keep coming back for more. So that's very smart about that. But I do like the opportunity to play all those games at once without you having all this stuff, you know, all these cassette tapes and stuff in the library. Some people don't like having all these extra discs and everything lying around, but I like to have physical media, so that's just me as well too. Granted, I do have some digital stuff, but I do like physical media as well too. But that's just about it with the Xbox, man. I'm glad I got it, so because it has those games that I can't play on other systems, I guess.
All right, so to own the Xbox One X or S, the game to get for me is Flight Simulator. When you play this on the X, it really shows the power of that system, the detail of that flight simulator. Now, I've never really dove into flight simulators or simulator games, period. But seeing this on the Xbox, I can see what it can bring. You know what I'm saying? And it's phenomenal. Although if you have a PC that's comparable to the Xbox, you can run that on there too with the Game Pass option. Because once you get it on Game Pass, you can play it throughout. I decided to get the deluxe edition where I get a little bit more than what the Game Pass of it offers. I like that their first party games, along again with the Game Pass, you are able to play day one with this, like Halo and Forza and all that other stuff. But for me,
that is cool.
I want to see some power behind both of these consoles. I want to see something like PT. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see PT like games, man. Because even though PT was on PlayStation 4, that is the best game, in my opinion, to date that looks fabulous on the PlayStation 4. If PT had came to the Xbox or the Xbox Series X, I mean, just the realism of this game, of that game, man. The graphical power of both of these systems, especially with the Xbox, with these teraflops and all these other things that people don't really understand. You know, it is going to just fly over their head. I mean, it's a really great system if you can get it. But the other thing I like about it is that I have two 8 terabyte hard drives attached to my my Xbox Series X, and one of them is already almost filled up. Not if it's already filled up, but I just like that the ability to put in multiple hard drives on this thing. Maybe when a 16 gig version comes out, or 20 gig hard drive, whenever I'm able to get that, maybe I can hook that up into that. But hopefully that would work, and I'll have more storage space on there. But I just like the ability to expand, so I can play all my other games that I have on the Xbox X. And I think that's about it. Are we happy to have it? I am. I am.
Most definitely. I am too.
And they're more easily obtainable than the PlayStation 5. Especially the Xbox Series S is almost easy to obtain, because I walked into Micro Center not even going. Hold on, Quest said something. I walked into Micro Center not even thinking about picking up another Xbox, and they had one. And
hey, look, they even had it on Amazon at one time, bro. So, like, for the regular price as well too. The Xbox Series S, as well as Target had it.
Quest
I
said,
actually saw it physically in the Walmart.
Oh, they're in the Walmart now?
No, I saw one in the cage when I went to Walmart one night. I just saw one just chilling up in the cage. I said, "Oh, that's what it looks like."
What, the Xbox Series S?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not staying in line, not paying $1,000, not buying a $1,200 bundle for junk. Yeah.
I agree with you.
The bundles they make more sense if it's like, a year subscription, an extra controller, and that's about it. Don't sell me games that I'm not going to play, or I'm not in the mood for. If you offer me peripherals, that's fine, and it equals up to the if I'm going by, because you're going to need an extra controller.
Most definitely.
Okay, at least an extra controller. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. I don't need anything else other than a controller, and then a subscription. If you know what I'm saying, you definitely need a subscription if you want to take care of all the exclusives. But past that, I don't need an extra game. I don't need this, that, and the other, because I just may not be that type of fan. I may not be a first person shooter, And please don't bundle in no Battlefield with it. You know what I'm saying? Please don't bundle in Battlefield with it. No way. Overall, I can say for myself that I'm very pleased with the adventure that I went on to get these next gen consoles, and it was a damn sure adventure. And I'm glad that I have both of these consoles, and I don't really frequently play them as much as I thought I would, because there's no exclusive games on this other than what I said on PlayStation 4. But for Xbox, there's really no exclusive games that I would say, okay, I got to get this system, because if I have a PC and I get Game Pass, well, I can play the much needed anticipated games on this thing. Right. I can just go back to my original Xbox if I wasn't lucky to get a Series X or S and play these games, because that's all we doing. Enhanced graphics. And now I'm thinking, I started to think about this. With that free upgrade, when you get free upgrade or smart deliveries to these updated graphics, are you really getting that next gen game versus getting the disc version, the physical media version of the game? Is it really a cash grab, or are you really? I'm just very curious.
Because they can just say we up the visuals to 120 or whatever, and unless you actually measuring or actually got measuring devices as far as to measure these frame rates and graphical quality and all that stuff, response time and everything like that, you're really not going to know because some of that stuff you can't see with the trained eye, but some stuff you can. But you just got to go by their word, I guess.
Yeah. Stan. Oh, that was Stan. They said, hang in there. I'm glad he ain't cursing us out. Let's just watch what we say, because we don't want to feel the wrath of Stan.
Hey, friend, on that note, thanks for coming out.
Quest said that we'll get one when they are available and at a normal price. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Just wait on it, because it is going to come, honestly, and you'll be getting it at a time where they've done a lot of the patchwork and everything for that. So it should be the most up to date type of stuff far as with that as well too. And you don't have to pay that absorbent amount of price that these people are trying to get you to pay for, man. And it's just you'll feel better, honestly. It'll be worth the wait, And plus you'll have a better library of stuff to pick from as well too. So
yeah.
Just give it time, man. Just give it time.
Yeah, it's no big rush in getting these, and I mean I can understand that people want these next gen consoles, because if I was in the position where I didn't have it, I would want it as bad as everybody else. But then when you get it, there are no really exclusive games for both of these systems that warrant just paying overpriced prices for these consoles. It's not warranted. Now, even if you do, because I'm not shaming anybody that do pay over MSRP to get these consoles, but be smart about it. Okay, first, if you're going to pay if you're going to buy this stuff from a third party or Facebook or somebody else, make sure, this is my one big tip. Say, meet me at the police station.
Yep.
If they don't want to come to the police station, you already know. They get hip. You know it's no good. If you don't want to meet at the police station, then don't.
Thank you.
Bring you a portable monitor. Something where you can plug this thing up, test it out. If the guy does not want to go ahead, because you're in the police station and you go up there to the sheriff's office and you're like, hey, look, I'm buying this console from this person online. I just want to make sure that it works. I'm quite sure that they won't have any problems with you hooking something up to make sure and it, works. Once you make sure that it turns on and everything and it's not permanently banned or whatever, take the hotspot on your phone and then try to set it up and see if it goes through and everything. Then come up on a price and buy it. You know what I'm saying? I don't suggest that because they are going to be in the wild pretty soon. I guarantee you they're going to be in the wild pretty soon, because these scalpers that keep buying up all these stocks, they're going to eventually run out of money or just get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a whole basement. I guarantee you there's a whole basement filled of these next gen consoles and these graphics cards, and they're just not selling. Look at the economy; they're just not selling. So you got more of this stuff in the basement than you do actual fans that want this product, and it will be obtainable soon. Your best bet is to Target is one of your short shot people that you could get it from, because they don't sell bundles. You just have to do your due diligence. PC Michael Richards, PC Richards, or whatever the hell it's called, that's out in Jersey. You definitely want to look there. And Micro Center, you definitely want to look out for those places to get this thing from. So hey man, I wish everybody luck on getting these consoles if you want it. But just try not to pay an exorbitant amount of money for a system that costs $530 something, tax and all. And be careful getting these systems as far as the PlayStation 5, because they can be bricked. They can be marked stolen. And then you have You have no receipt, no way to recover your money. Once you give this money, you're gone. And the number one thing, y'all, do not pay somebody before you get this system.
Yeah.
There's a lady on the news crying about she gave $500 to get her son an Xbox Series X, and the guy ghosted her. That's your fault. That is your fault. You shouldn't have gave the money away before you got the product. This ain't the restaurant. This ain't the sugar factory. You know what I'm saying? You get your product first and then get your money. Expect the product, then, you know what I'm saying, do what you got to do. But don't hand nobody no money, especially on eBay. I mean, I wouldn't buy no next generation console off of eBay. I wouldn't even buy coffee drops off of eBay because it's probably fake. So eBay is out of the question. Do not buy nothing from eBay. Okay, you have a better chance if you want to buy something online. Buy from, well, I can't even say Amazon because they steal their packages. just go in the store. Just go in the store, man. You may just walk in the store one day and see that box sitting there on the shelf, and pick it up. It could be an accident or something like that. But I don't know, man. But yeah. So
right, was that it?
So those are our dislikes and likes of PlayStation. I'd like to thank Anthony, my man Ant. I'd like to thank Stan, and I'd like to thank my man Quest for joining in and commenting, brothers. I appreciate y'all there. And we also have somebody called NakedHD.xyz. I get a lot of these. We're flattered that you want to show us girls want everything, even you. Here, girls want everything, even you. We had a problem with this crap on PlayStation where somebody would friend you. It'd be like some sex site, some website, and you look at the profile and she has 0 friends. And you see that the account's just knock it off, y'all. Please. Naked HD XYZ. Messed up name to come with first. But I appreciate it. But then, just fuck off. Honestly. Because what I'm saying. Just please take that in every respectable word that I can say and go fuck yourself. Okay? Stop sending me, because it's probably some dude in Nigeria putting this shit on here. So I'll say it in your native language so you can understand.
God damn.
Okay? All right. So please fuck off. Please.
Oh man.
Please.
All right. And on that note, thank you guys for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Hey, like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. This is Gamer Show with an A. Don't forget to hit up Facebook page. We find low prices. Don't forget to hit us up on VTime. Don't forget to subscribe. Become a Gamers Club member. Don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop videos like these, and tell people about us so we get those viewerships up.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media outlets. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gamer Show.
Keep on watching. Thank you guys.
Shut up, King.